Somebody asked me what kind of microphone I use. Well, just the stock one on the 2016 iPhone SE. Not the new SE, the old one. I probably should use better stuff though. At one point I used to use like a DSLR, like a proper one. I had got it for like ASMR purposes, but it was just, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it just felt overkill. Cause like, the views just like, if the views aren't there and you're spending like over like $1,000 on a camera, it kind of makes it not really worth it. Unless you use it for other stuff too, right? But I was mainly just using it for this. So, that was my reason for just like returning that. Beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep. I don't know. I mean, I personally think if you could like, deliver without having to spend so much money, you know what I mean? That's how you should like look at it, right? From a business point of view. But I guess it depends on the person. But like if you think of this as a business, right? Then you gotta like make sure like your expenses are balanced out. Oh, Corona. Are balanced out, you know? Like with your profits or whatever. But if your like expenses are higher than like the profits, then it's probably not like the best investment idea, unless you could like make that money back in so and so time. But if you don't really have much of a guarantee, then it's not a good kind of business expense to have, and it just makes no sense really as a business, right? Like the whole point of a business is to like make profit. You know what I mean? So if you look at it like that, obviously like spending that kind of money is not gonna make much sense, right? I don't know. Maybe sometimes I think about like, oh, maybe I should have just kept it. You know what I mean? But honestly, like the only time I ever used to like bring it out was for ASMR, and then I would just put it back. So like I had no use for it, right? So I was like, okay, what's the best way to do this on a budget, right? And I needed a new phone to shoot, because like my original phone was like I used to shoot on like a 4S. Yeah, I know, back like super old phones, huh? But but yeah, I mean, I got the job done, but then like I was like so retarded one time. I put my clothes in the laundry and I like forgot to take it out. And yeah, then I had to get a new phone. But I originally wanted like a better phone, like I don't know, like something much better. But obviously the prices of the phones are so ridiculous too. And my biggest thing is I don't really use my phones for much anyways. I just need like a really good camera, and like 4K was like all the rage, and like the iPhone 7 or whatever, you know, they had it, but the price tags on those were like pretty high. Like you might as well just buy the professional camera again, kind of thing, right? But I wanted to like find something that I could like, you know, that would like give me exactly what I really wanted. And what I really wanted was just like 4K so I could upload it for ASMR, right? But even though I don't, because 32 gigs is not much, and I don't know if you guys want, like I could make 4K. I just don't, because it takes a bit longer to upload too. So and I just thought like nobody probably watches it on like their TVs in 4K anyways. But if you guys do, we have the capabilities of it. We just too lazy. Obviously not a good excuse, but there is some truth to it. So yeah. So I decided to get the iPhone SE because it was like so much cheaper, and it had like the exact camera that I wanted like the iPhone 7 and all those like fancy ones for, right? Because at the end of the day, I only really cared about the 4K. Although like the selfie camera on this sucks, but it's whatever. I mainly use the back one for ASMR, right? So as long as it gets the job done, right? I guess that's maybe like a little tip for people who want to get into stuff like this, or are not sure, or think they need fancy equipment to start. I was there too, and I'll be real, like fancy equipment like those ear microphone thingies or whatever people use, yeah, they enhance like the experience, and you could do so much more, no doubt, right? And like the quality is usually much better with like a proper DSLR if you have like a nicer lens on it. But you don't really need to spend all that much money, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have many views, right? Like unless it's like pocket change for you, which I'm not sure if it would be. But if it is, then it shouldn't really make much of a difference. But like if you're like a normal like working person and you want to get into like something like this, like don't waste your hard-earned money on equipment right away. Like that's my kind of advice on it. Like if you have like a decent smartphone with a good camera, you could get pretty good videos. You just gotta make sure like the lights and stuff are proper. Or you could just turn the flash on while you're recording, you know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like obviously like better equipment, you get way better product, and you can get a better following, right? But it doesn't always translate into that. At least it didn't for me. That's why I like decided to return the camera. But who knows? Maybe I should have kept it. But even then, it wouldn't have had 4K. Get what I'm saying? And so it would have been just useless for me because I cared more about like 4K quality. Although I don't upload it in that right now. But I don't know, that's something that was more important to me. You know what I mean? So like later on, like once people upgraded their TVs and everything was 4K or whatever, like I could offer that service, right? Like it's nice. It's one of those things like it's nice to have and not need than to need and not have, right? Yeah, I had my phone for like 4 years now. Get what I'm saying? And Yeah, I had my phone for 4 years and or 3 to 4 years. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, made a lot of videos actually on this channel. You know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I thought like having a fancy camera from the get go and everything, and like the Yeti microphone, like everything was just gonna like, work right away. Like I was gonna start getting in mad views. But the effort I used to put in editing the sounds together with the DSLR videos and everything, and putting them up, it used to like pretty much take the whole day, right? And worse, the saddest part was like I wouldn't even get like much or if any views, right? Like still I don't, to be honest. Like for me, it's like just like a kind of like whatever, just like on the side, like as a hobby. If I'm just sitting around, like, oh, let's just make a video or something like that. Get what I'm saying? But years back, I used to be really into it, and, like be putting out content like every day, multiple videos every day. Get what I'm saying? So I guess it's different for everyone. You know, like I feel like hard work is obviously important, right? But at the same time, I feel like with this kind of stuff, like it also has to do a lot with like luck. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have like the luck for it, it's not gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like at least it wasn't like that for me. Like it didn't go anywhere for me. So like, I just never really had the luck, and I've done this for like 4 years, right? And yeah, it's like I don't know. You know, I would say like find your passion. Like yeah, if you want to do this kind of stuff, do it, but also find your passion. Like, do something else too that you like. Get what I'm saying? So, like, if it doesn't take off or whatever, at least you'll be like you were doing something you really enjoyed, right? But yeah, otherwise you'll just feel like, oh, I wasted all these years and it didn't even go anywhere. You don't want that. You know what I mean? But yeah. But one thing I do dislike is the fact that, like, I never really got much views or whatever, right? But, like, there were a lot of channels who stole so much content from this channel, and they got so many views, and, like, you know what I mean? And nobody even knows, like, oh, they stole shit from here. Get what I'm saying? They didn't even give credit. So I feel that was a bit sneaky, like, like, I don't really care, but it's like, it's like, okay, the car interior tracings and tappings or whatever all started over here, and I only came up with those when I was driving, and I was like, I could just do like this first person view thing, like this video, like this view that I usually do, right? I'm like, oh, we're always in the cars and stuff like that, and people liked it, and then other people stole it. There was a lot of stuff, I just don't really care anymore to really go into it. Neither do I want to name these channels, because it's like, you know what I mean? I guess what I'm trying to say is like, stay original, you know what I mean? Like if you like want to do something, like do it, but don't like copy other people's stuff. This is why I don't watch other people's like content. I don't watch any ASMR channels or whatever, because I don't even want to subconsciously copy their style or anything. Get what I'm saying? But that's just me. Beep beep. 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 But yeah, If you want to do something, just, I don't know, look into it, you know? I mean, if I could go back in time, like when I started this channel, what I would have told myself is, hey, like, yeah, like if you want to keep doing this, but at the same time, also find something you're really passionate about and like do that too, just as a hobby. Because, like you might be doing this for the money or whatever, but if it doesn't really take off, then, you just end up wasting time and, like, you know, and energy, and you could have also just been doing something you enjoyed at the same time. And even if that doesn't take off, at least, like, you had fun with it, kind of thing, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? So that's something to think about. But yeah, yeah.